Bella. I'm starting a podcast, so yeah. If you don't know me, a little bit about me. I'm a sophomore at the University of Michigan. I'm originally from Grosse Pointe, Michigan. Um, yeah. Today we're just gonna talk about things that would send non-Umich students into a coma. Number one on my list, I have on my computer the diag. Every time I tell my friends, oh, I'm like 2 minutes from the diag, like where I live. They're like, what's that? I was like, oh, it's like Central Campus. They obviously don't know. And it's just like a ton of sidewalks with like buildings surrounding, and it's like the heart of campus where a lot of classes are. Okay, number two, the whole concept of North Campus and that it's a separate section of campus where the only way to get there is ideally via the bus system that we have here. Last year, my freshman year, I unfortunately lived on North Campus and had all of my classes on Central Campus and would have to leave at least a half hour early before all of my classes just to be able to make it there slightly on time, maybe like 45 minutes, depending on walk time, because it's a 10 to 15 minute drive, but the bus stops along the way, obviously, and you might even miss the bus before another one comes. So it's really stressful. And just like if you forget something in your dorm or just want to go home between classes, it's really inconvenient. Um, I try to tell people who would want to come and visit that it is a little inconvenient, especially to go out on game days and such. We would have to wake up so much earlier, especially for a day game, just to be able to make it to Central Campus with enough time to do like everything we want to do. Yeah. Speaking of living situations, let's talk about housing. I didn't know you have to be looking for housing before you even move into where you're gonna live for that year, like looking for housing next year. Um, because things like houses or apartments just fill up like that, and that's really stressful, especially if you don't have like a solid concrete friend group that you know you're gonna live with every year. Like I just figured out my housing situation and it's January and it was the most stressful part of first semester besides classes. Just figuring out who I was gonna live with and where I was living and how much rent is gonna be because that is it's so expensive to live here. Okay, next, an average being in the 70s or below for an exam, and that's like a good average for the class. I didn't understand how people were like, oh yeah, B's and C's are good in college because going to in high school it was always A's and I didn't work that hard and it wasn't you didn't have to study that much. It's so much different here. And it was very stressful when I was getting not the grades that I was used to getting on exams. But then people were like, oh yeah, that's a really good grade. And I was like, what? How can that be a good grade? So you just kind of like take it as it comes. Like if someone says it's a good grade, believe them. Yeah, having a 77% being a B in a class is kind of crazy to me. Like an 85 was an A minus. It was in my Chem 130 class. Shout out to everybody who had to go through that horrific final exam last semester. Yeah, I did not do so well on that. But I got a good grade in the class overall. It was just surprising to see that a 77% was a B. The curves are crazy sometimes. Speaking of classes, this semester I'm taking 5 classes, 2 of those which are 3-hour labs each, and it's only 14 credits. only 14 credits for 5 classes, 2 being labs that are 3 hours each. Huh. It doesn't make sense. And it really sucks because registering for classes is based on how many credits you have, and 14 is on the lower side. But then again, I am taking harder classes since I am pre-PA. So I'm taking organic chemistry with the lab, my biology lab, and then other recs for PA school and my major. Okay, next I have, so there's only 2 quote unquote fight songs played at football games, and I had my cousin come up for the first game of the season this year, football game, and she caught on to the chants and like the fight songs, quote unquote, probably before the first quarter ended because it's the only thing they play besides music, and it was getting really, really, really repetitive. That's probably why it's engraved in alumni brain so much. With football games, staying at the stadium just to hear Mr. Brightside after the third quarter, no matter the weather, whether it's blazing hot or freezing cold, because there's no in between at football games in Michigan. Um, yeah, a lot of people just stay to hear Mr. Brightside. It's kind of crazy to me. And a lot of people randomly break out to just sing Mr. Brightside. Like, I remember freshman year, welcome week last year, I was on the bus back to Bursley. It was jam packed. I was pressed against the doors with my friends who had literally met like 24 hours earlier, and everyone's just screaming, belting at the top of their lungs, Mr. Brightside. Because it's just like, I don't know, it just like bonds everybody, I guess. And like, North Campus is just a trauma bond with everyone who attends, or not attends, who lives there. Um, yeah. Next is the Greenwood Block Party. I attended the Greenwood Block Party for the first time this year, and I did not know what I was expecting, but when they say, like, cops are ready to shut that down, it was, like, 10:30, and it was shut down, and what's really cool about the block party, it's the entire street. It's one street off campus where houses on that street either play live music or people are DJing, and it's really cool. Besides, they did burn a couch last year, and the fire truck and firefighters had to come and put that out. That was not fun. It was really cool, and I loved hearing all the live music, and it was something that I always want to experience. I'm definitely gonna go next year because I'm living near Greenwood, so I'm really excited. Um, but apparently the year before it was shut down at like 9:30. Like it is a very known tradition thing to do at Michigan, which is crazy. And lastly, what I have is how competitive everything is here at Michigan. For example, there's pre-professional frats here, and they get like maybe 200 applicants, and it's like, and then they have to like cut it down to 20 people, maybe. Like those are just random numbers given. Um, and I did a pre-health one both semesters last year and didn't make it past the first round both times. Which like, yeah, it was a little hit to the ego, and there probably was better applicants because everyone here is all came from the top of their class, and we're all in even playing field. I just never realized like how competitive it was. I didn't think, like, I knew it was gonna be hard to get into, but I didn't think it was gonna be like, it was crazy. Hey, so this is a quick edit to this video because I thought of another idea because of what is happening on Michigan's campus right now. For the past week, yeah, maybe we've been having borderline negative temperatures, not borderline, no, like negative 25 degrees last week is what it felt like, with wind gusts of up to like 30 miles per hour. Major snow. Ton of schools around us are getting closed. Are we getting closed? No. I'm not sure why. I don't understand why Michigan doesn't close for when it snows because they don't even salt the sidewalks for us to walk. Like, I felt like I was walking like into the Antarctic this morning trying to get to my class, and absolutely no salt, no plowing, no nothing. They will probably like later in the day, but I have a 9 a.m. That's not even as early as other people have classes. And it's just, this is the second time I'm getting sick in the same week because I'm out in the cold and I'm triple layering. I'm like scarf, jacket. I just ordered a new jacket. It's insane. I just, I don't, we can move classes online. I don't understand why we don't because of COVID, and we know how to move all classes to Zoom, especially huge lecture halls where the professor's just reading off slides and attendance isn't even mandatory for some of those classes. I don't understand why he don't move classes online, especially with recent events that happened on this campus. We should be more precautious about this really, really, really cold weather. No one should have to walk to class when it's actually -1 degrees, but feels like -25 degrees out. Oh, mind you, a school 15 minutes away from us, college, university, is canceled. Like, no classes at all. We could just have class online. Like I said, I would rather go to class online than feel like I want to skip because I don't want to go outside in the cold. Which, yeah. Anyway, so that's my little tidbit on things that I think would send non-Umich students into a coma. Not saying other colleges don't do this and it's like not a shared experience. I just think from my experiences, like it would have sent, it did send me into a coma. Like I was very shocked by a lot of things here. So could happen other places. I don't know. I'm not saying it doesn't, but I'm saying due to just unique experiences to me and probably other University of Michigan students that I think other people would be very surprised by. So yeah, that's my first episode of my podcast, and I'm so excited to start doing more of these. And I'm definitely gonna have guests. I'm definitely gonna keep up with this because it's a fun hobby I can do, and yeah, I just get to chat with you guys. So I guess I'll just see you guys next Tuesday. Bye.